Most people don't need more advice, just the courage to gently face what they've been avoiding.
Because growth sounds beautiful until it asks you to be honest with yourself and stay. So, welcome everyone to this week's episode of Touched and Empowered. Yay!
We're here.
We're excited. We're here.
Here.
We made it another week.
Yes, another week. Mwah. Mwah. I love my dog. Oh,
As Midnight licks all the makeup off your face.
it's perfect. She knows. She's like, "You're done. You're done now." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm sorry, honey. Mommy needs to build this thing." Does she really look that big?
Yes, she does look that big.
Okay.
I mean, she's got over a foot of height on you sitting next to you.
Yes.
She's a big baby, and we love Midnight.
Well, it was funny. I was telling somebody the other day how, like, she's a big dog. And then they saw the photo of me on Instagram with her standing on her hind legs, being taller than me. And they're like, "Your dog is huge." I'm like, "But I thought you knew that." He was like, "Well, seeing is believing."
That's true. That's true. Because relative, the term big dog is relative. Because to somebody who grew up with Chihuahuas, a big dog would be a golden retriever.
All right, we got to talk about dogs this episode. Is that okay?
I kind of figured we were going that direction because Midnight was here. So go for it.
Yeah, this is great. Perfect.
This is Midnight's episode.
This is Midnight. This is the dog episode. For anyone who has a dog out there. Oh, you want to get down? Yeah, she does. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, we got it. I'll help you get down. I got you. There you go. You got it? No? Okay. I got you. All right, go ahead. I got you. You need to turn around. This is going to be tough. Okay, come on. I got you. All right. Nope. You're just taking my chair. Okay. Mama got you. Ready? Mama got you. Go ahead.
Good job, Midnight.
Good girl. No, you want to sit now? Okay, you're going to sit. Okay. Oh, I love you.
Yeah, so Midnight's taking over Ace's spot on the screen if anyone's watching this on YouTube, not watching on YouTube right now.
This is what happens when you have a dog your size. She's bigger, but you know. All right, so Katie and I have talked about Midnight
a lot,
many a time offline. Especially, let's talk about the fact that she's bigger than I am, and I walk around with her.
Yes,
and how much life has treated her differently for just being big and black.
Yes, because I have pointed out, because Midnight visually appears to be more Great Dane than German Shepherd, even though Midnight is a mix. Most people relate Great Danes to Scooby-Doo. So if Midnight was tawny or brown in color, I don't think that many people would be terrified of seeing her because they can make the connection as to, oh, this is just a real life Scooby-Doo. Versus her being black in color and being a large dog. Most people think of large guard dogs like Rottweilers and Doberman Pinschers.
She's a big sweetie.
And she is a very big sweetie. She does not have the personality of these larger guard dogs. But
yes, a little bit.
Well, she does for you.
Yeah, because Mama's 5'2".
Because her job is to take care of you.
Yeah.
No. So as long as no one threatens you, everyone else is fine.
Yeah, just don't threaten me. I think we should. Why would you, anyways?
Exactly.
Right. But this just enforces it.
But we observe things most of the time first with our eyes, and we look for something to compare it to use the caveman brain to determine whether something is safe or not safe.
That's true. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
Recently, I was telling Katie how I walked in a park, right?
Yes.
There were kids around. I was actually kind of nervous because Midnight isn't used to kids. She doesn't see kids. I live in Hollywood. She doesn't see them often. And then there were other dogs around, so she's a little reactive. She did a really great job. She behaved. She had like 3 reactive snaps, but that was it. Other than that, she was corrected and she knew how to correct herself. She's still a puppy. So
Right.
she's going to be a puppy till she's 4 years old because dogs this size mature when they're 4 years old. I know, crazy, right? So imagine a big puppy like this, who's sitting on my chair, by the way. I kind of.
Yes.
The thing about her is that when people see me and her together, I have no idea what they're thinking. I have to call Katie and ask her, what are they thinking? Katie, what are they thinking?
Okay, 1, it is unexpected to see somebody walking a dog who is significantly larger than they are, just as it's odd sometimes to see a very large person, like a football player, walking around with a chihuahua in their arms. It's the contrast of size. And I have seen a football player with a chihuahua. It was the cutest thing in the entire world.
Then you think the guy is cute. And then you see this and you're like, whoa.
Well, again, your petite size makes Midnight look bigger. Because I'm pretty sure if we put Midnight next to a football player, the contrast in the height of the individual and the dog is not as the same as it is with you and Midnight.
She really is taking over the show.
Yeah, she is. She is literally taking up the entire screen, and it's
This
fine.
is weird. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We'll make sure she's spotlighted later.
Yeah, right. I'm not even allowed to sit. You're gonna sit for me. Okay. Yeah.
There's no wrong answer here
Do you mind asking me questions about the giant dog? Why not?
about the giant dog.
Yeah, because I vent to you about the giant dog all the time. I love her so much.
Yes, you do. And I'm trying to think of some of the things that you were asking me about why people react the way they do around midnight.
Don't get me wrong, it's hilarious when you do.
It is. So here's actually an important question because I know in the past you've shared that Midnight is a service animal.
Yeah.
What are the rules when it comes to asking to pet a dog that is a service animal?
You can ask. You can ask to pet the dog. If the owner says no, it's a no.
Okay.
Don't force it. It's a no.
Right.
That means like it's the dog is working.
True. We don't want to interrupt the dog while they're working.
Yep. Additionally, sometimes the dogs don't like being pet. Like Midnight actually doesn't like being pet on her head. Except for Mama. Because yes.
Because that's Mama.
That's Mama. I'm the only person allowed to touch her ears, eyes, and feet. And she knows it.
Okay.
Other people have been like, can I pet your dog? And they go right for the head. And I'm like, why would you do that? I get it. It's normal.
Right.
But she doesn't like it. She actually, it's like invading her space. So unless she comes up to you and nudges your hand to pet her, she won't let you do it. It's also
Makes
particular
sense.
to the dog. So when it comes to service animals, they're doing a job. They're working. But if they're just sitting there and like looking at you and the name that it wants you to pet her, it's okay.
True. I'm just thinking it's always better to ask to approach any dog before you pet them.
Actually, that should be a rule for yes. You should always ask. Oh my gosh, you should always ask. There was like this one time I saw there was this one time see the true length of my dog.
Yes.
I saw somebody running around with this hilarious Pomeranian. And like people immediately, they see the Pomeranian, they think it's cute. So they
Right.
immediately go, oh, it's cute.
And go to pet it.
I'm going to go pet it. And the human is like, not friendly, not friendly, not friendly. Like screaming at the person, don't pet me. Because it's true. You're not supposed to pet another person's dog unless they're okay with it, regardless if it's friendly or not.
True. Because
Another thing,
the owner is more familiar with the dog's personality and signals as to whether they want physical contact or not.
right? Exactly. And I took her to that park, and I remember I told my cousin I was at a family event, don't touch my dog unless she lets you.
Right?
One person immediately just went for her head, and I was like, oh, that's going to ruin the rest of the day. Because she didn't react, right? Good girl. Good girl. Okay, no, you're not going to let mama sit. You're just going to,
Gonna stand there with your butt in the air.
you got to love my dog. Um, and like it can change their temperament. There's also
Right.
something called, it's called stress stacking. So there's a certain amount of stress a dog can take.
Right.
And if you layer on like 5 people touching the dog when it doesn't want to be petted, that can stack 5 pieces of stress. And then all of a sudden it leads to an explosion later. It
True.
might have tolerated, but it didn't feel happy about it, right? So these are like the tiny things that you always got to be careful about when it comes to working with a service animal or any dog for that matter, especially if it has a muzzle.
That is a key indicator, yes. That's a visual cue.
Because it's not that, oh, I'm safe that the muzzle won't, like, it won't bite me because the muzzle's around its face. It can still, like, I've seen dogs do this where they can muzzle punch you with the,
Getting poked by a dog's nose can leave bruises.
when there's like a soft cage around it. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about even without a muzzle around it. I was taking care of my neighbor's dog
You
because
want nuts?
unfortunately my neighbor was in the hospital for a few days, and his dog is some kind of beagle mix, so not a big dog.
No, those dogs are energetic though. They like, yeah.
This dog was trying to pretend I was a mountain and he was a billy goat, and got me really good with his snout, like right in the side of my knee. I've got a bruise like the size of a grapefruit on the side of my leg right now. And I can't yell at him because I know that he was playing and was anxious because his daddy wasn't home because his daddy was in the hospital. And I was only going over taking care of him and, trying to sit with him for 30 minutes at a time every time I went over. He was probably annoyed that I wasn't his parent and I just got in the way of his nose.
That's that. Oh, it's a cutie.
He's fine. He's fine. My neighbor's home. He got home late last night. Dog was very happy. Jet was very happy.
Good.
Um, what is what would you say the biggest misconception is when people see you with Midnight when it comes to Midnight being your service animal versus a pet?
Oh, they immediately don't know what to think when they see her. They're just like, whoa, because she is huge. I've taken her on the road with me, and then I took her on some motels. And service dogs in training can be free in certain states of the United States.
Okay.
California, it's free, but some states they don't consider that free. So
They
fortunate,
want the stamp of approval, so to speak, before they
yeah,
do that. Okay.
exactly. So a service dog is normally seen as like an animal that's calm,
Right.
not nervous, not barking, not lunging, just super chill and walks by your side and then can do some really cool stuff, which she can do when she's not freaking out. But the moment I say service animal, they kind of have to agree with it.
Right.
The only time that she and I have to be removed is if she's out of control.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. And I
Yeah.
don't foresee her being majorly out of control. Because for the most part, she's a good puppy. As you give me this face like Katie, you have no idea what she's done.
It's gotten
Do you do
better.
you, do you want to share this story, or should I ask you another question?
She's gotten better. She's gotten better.
She has gotten
Um,
a lot better.
yeah, no, she was super reactive for a good like 7 months, 8 months, where she would like lunge and like growl at other dogs. And
Right?
then we've had to train that out of her. Um, she has jumped up at other people, not to bite them, but to be like
To jump up and give a hug.
something like that, and they don't
Well,
see that.
no, well, I admit that I was a little prepared when you guys came to visit me, that I knew Midnight was probably going to want to jump up and give hugs.
Right.
I do think that she caught Austin completely off guard when Austin came over to visit, but it's
Yep, yep. Because like when you first see a dog
okay.
like that jump at you,
You're
you
not
don't
thinking
think
cuddles.
you don't think cuddles or playing or cute. You think, oh my. I've had people literally go, oh goodness, and like turn the other way. And I'm like, sorry, she was being nice. She was she was trying to say she was friendly.
Well,
But
she's still trying to learn her size, right? Doesn't she still think she's a puppy size versus
exactly. So when she jumps at somebody's head and can make it, that's pretty scary. So there's that. Uh, yeah. Oh, I love her. I do. I do. Oh, but
everyone can tell that you do.
yeah. When I was walking her earlier, I did there was some, but yes. So midnight. The thing about it, this is actually federal, so goes nationwide.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you say you have a service animal, you're allowed to ask only two questions to verify that it's a service animal. One, is that a service dog?
Yes, no, understood.
Then the second question is, what tasks can they perform?
Right. I knew that they could not ask what's wrong with you or why do you need one.
I prefer that too. Yeah, that you're not so anything outside. God,
I
anything
knew
outside.
that those were no questions,
So
but I didn't realize the importance of knowing what the tasks were. That is kind of helpful for somebody who doesn't know.
doesn't know, yeah, because you can ask them what type of service dog, but that's actually a violation. So you shouldn't ask that. It's only those two questions because
Well,
there are different types.
it would make sense to ask the question as to what tasks can be performed versus what type of service dog it is, because there could be multiple tasks that apply to different types of services that dogs provide.
Yes. Additionally, with all the different types, there's only one that's allowed everywhere on public spaces, including airports and flights. And that's a psychiatric service dog. Not everyone knows that.
I would assume the seeing eye dog would have been, well, that might be the most recognizable.
That one's yeah, that one too. That one too, I believe. But I remember specifically, psychiatric service dog is the one category that is allowed everywhere else. Other types aren't always. So that's
Oh,
another
okay.
thing. So for her, as a psychiatric service dog, she can do a bunch of different tasks, but her main two are you saw how she came up to me to make sure I was okay.
Right.
So that's one. That's called tactile disruption.
Okay.
So that's
Because it
like
kind of grounds you.
it brings you back to the present. So she's like telling me, she's trying to get me to remember I'm in a present moment.
Okay.
Because sometimes when I go into that state where you saw her coming up and down, right?
Right.
That also disrupts PTSD episodes.
Ah, that makes sense.
So I can have memories in my head that are replaying, and you can't see that.
Right.
And with me and my fast ass mind, it could be it could be many episodes and like literally her going up and down, making sure I'm okay.
Right.
So every time I say it's okay, that's her sign. Okay, I can go rest. Um, The other one is deep pressure therapy, so she can lay on top of me if I'm feeling anxious.
Is that the one that you posted on social media with her laying on your legs?
Yeah, so I was feeling really I like almost had an anxiety attack out of nowhere. I actually had no idea. It's been the first
Oh,
time in a really long time. And she ended up just laying on top of me and relaxing, and it slows down my heart rate.
oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, that one's my favorite. I love that one. Oh, oh my gosh, I love that one. Because it's like, oh, look, she looks so cute and tired. And I'm like, part of it is that. It's the other is I'm freaking out. I remember during the fire, like 2 years ago,
Oh,
the
right.
one that was like less than a mile away from me. Uh,
Yeah,
where I was like, oh, we're about to evacuate. She slept right on top of me. And I was like, she's calmer than I am because she was performing a task.
that from the outside looking in, no clue the significance of that. But as you're explaining it, it makes perfect sense. And it is connecting the dots as to why there's individuals that I know with that when they have anxiety or panic attacks. Some people want to be touched, and some people need that hug, that grounding, that physical connection to bring them back to presence. So I understand it's different for everyone, but it's amazing that Midnight's able to do that for you without a verbal cue.
Yeah, she's that actually took training because
Hmm.
like can you imagine, so I remember when I was like going through training because I went through a course and everything
Right.
so that she can be verified and like I knew exactly what tasks to teach her. And at first I was like, how the heck do I train a dog when I'm going through an episode?
That which valid question.
I was like, how do what? And then it took me a second because she would perform the tasks anyways sometimes without me training her. And all I
Right.
had to do was positively reinforce her with thank you, good job, or give her a treat afterwards.
Ah, okay. So she might have been picking up on something and was performing the task, whether you consciously needed it or not. But doing the positive reinforcement lets her know that, yes, this is something that I appreciate you doing for me, so to speak. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Because the thing about service dogs is like they know you. So as much as people say, oh, yeah, I had somebody train my service dog to do all these tasks for me, it's
That
not.
that sounds like maybe they're only 50% trained until the dog gets to know the human that they're living with.
Maybe, maybe. So the thing about it is like your service dog needs to know you, needs to know your triggers that not everybody has, needs to know your heart rate specifically at certain moments. So it has to get to know you and know what you do. It needs to, it's even like, even your scent changes sometimes depending on the episode. So the dog knows exactly
Right.
when things are going to happen. And it could preemptively even tell, like, for her, she doesn't really do seizures, but other dogs do. Like, they can sense before a person's going to have a seizure, right?
Right.
So that's kind of like the different things about her. It's like, first they see her and they go, whoa, whoa. We're still trying to get her to in case I have to fall over or in case I ever fall over or whatever, she pulls me to the right place. That's another thing that she's learning how to do.
To like lead you somewhere to sit down kind of deal.
Lead me to sit down, lead
I've
me to an
heard
exit.
I've heard of the helping guiding someone to sit down before, but I hadn't thought about leading you to an exit. That makes sense as well if the environment is triggering.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because you don't know, you can't. Sometimes when the environment is triggering, you don't know what to do. You're like literally standing there, and you kind of. I've had a panic attack before, which
Hmm.
hasn't happened ever again. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, but like you don't
They're not
want
fun.
they're not fun. You don't want to move. Every fear is attacking you at once, and you don't want to move. And thankfully for her, she takes the leash and pulls me to the right exit.
Well, good. I'm glad Midnight does that for you. There,
She does, except when she's stubborn. But other than that, she's great.
But she's still learning. She's still a puppy.
She's still learning. When it's urgent, she knows. That's the
Right.
important thing.
That's good that she's advanced enough to where she's being what sounds like more of a consistent help
Yes.
than when you first started and it was
Yes.
very chaotic. Because I remember when you first started training her.
Oh, that was awful. Well, it was my first dog ever. And
True.
it's not like I went, "Oh yeah, let me get one dog and see it, you know, the one that you normally get, the first one." No, I went right into the deep end of like the ocean. Like it was like there
Give
was
me the biggest dog ever.
give me the biggest dog, biggest smartest dog ever. That funny enough, so she also does this thing where she freaks out a little bit trying to be by my side, and sometimes so she's still being a puppy, but she's
Mhm.
oscillating between her two breeds because her two breeds have different traits that
Right.
she has to ping pong between. Like there's the gentle giant Great Dane, and then there's the hyper vigilant German Shepherd. So she literally goes like this sometimes to figure out what to do. And like for instance, before getting here, and I'm so sorry that we were later than I
It's okay.
expected. But thank you. But so with Midnight, because of that, and because we switched from the prong collar to what we call a gentle lead collar, and this puts it right around her snout. It's not a muzzle. It's a
Right.
snap, but it gives me full control of her head so that she doesn't start running and take off.
Which makes sense.
Right. And now she has to think and be with me. And what ends up happening is she gets stuck mentally.
Oh, because Great Dane is debating against German Shepherd on what the next action step should be.
And there's a bunch of sound in the staircase. And
Ah,
she doesn't know which one to do. So she gets stuck. And the way to get her unstuck, which we're working on,
right.
is training her to stay by my side and keep going. Now she needs a minute. So she'll just sit and I can't move her until I do some training tasks with her. So I have to always have treats on me now to make sure that she does the training tasks to get her the confidence to start moving.
Well, I that makes perfect sense, but I also believe that if you had to move her,
Oh, I've
you
done it.
you've done it.
Oh my gosh, I've taken her by the harness and like literally been like, let's go. I've done it twice.
Well, I remember you telling me about the time in the stairwell that you had to move Midnight out of the way because somebody else was coming through with their dog.
Yeah, without etiquette. That woman, oh my goodness, her just smile. Zero etiquette on that. Zero. Zero. It's fine now.
It's fine now. Everything worked itself out on the day of. I just remember you calling me about it.
Anyways, it's fine now.
Good. I'm glad that it's fine now. Now, I
I
did
got
have
can I got candles. Go ahead.
we have one more question
Okay.
because I know Midnight has their own social media Instagram following.
Yes, she does. It is.
It's gaining popularity. It's gaining steam.
Yeah.
So this question is specifically being asked, so then that way I can clip it later and you could post it on Midnight social media feed.
Okay.
Because I think you'll get a kick out of this. So you ready? If Midnight could leave our listeners with one lesson, either about loyalty, trust, or living in the present, what do you think Midnight would say? Maybe it's not a good question.
There is a video post on my Instagram where she actually talks. I
Oh,
can't emulate.
I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to find it.
Yeah, I don't think I can emulate her voice. It was so funny because I wish when I was taking her out, you heard all the sounds coming from my dog. She was
Oh, when she was in the
like,
hallways.
well, like just like on the way out. It was so funny. She is a really like about being present and all that fun jazz. I don't know what she would say. Right now, she's just passed out
Uh,
because
that's
that
understand.
oscillation is exhausting.
It's exhausting for us humans too, so I completely understand why a nap would be involved. Self-care, we love it.
We do. We do. We do. But yeah, that's at least people out there know the vital questions because otherwise you can get sued.
Yeah, that is very important. Those questions about what to ask when someone says that they have a service animal, emotional support animal, or anything in those categories.
So emotional support animal doesn't count as a service dog, unfortunately.
It might not count as a service dog legally, but I know where I am, there
It
are
counts
some
as
small businesses that will allow emotional support animals in as
okay.
if they were service dogs.
Okay, then I think
So,
that's
but
also up
that
to
might be geographical only. So nobody
it's
take
up
my
to
word for it.
it's up to the institution. So like some
Right.
businesses they're okay with it. Yeah, like you can bring your emotional support animal totally fine. Um her like legally in specific public places,
Right.
like certain parks. Sorry, that was a lie. Certain certain airplanes.
Right.
And then also there's other areas where I need to have her, like religious. Like there's a specific religious center that I have to say she's a specific service dog, and then or say that she is a service dog, and then she's allowed in. Otherwise, they don't take emotional support animals. Um,
And again, that makes sense. That's why it's always best to be informed based on your geographical location. You know, what businesses honor emotional support versus ones that have to be service trained.
yeah. I also just thought one of the guys was being a butt, but like they totally asked like what type of service dog, and then we mentioned you can't ask that, and he
Right.
was like, "Yes, I can," and I was like, "Oh, we can sue. Do we want to? Not really."
Well, to be
It was
honest, from my perspective, that makes sense because that's like asking somebody whether or not they have a medical condition. And that's violation of HIPAA laws.
yeah, it's a violation of the ADA, so it's the oh my gosh, I know the words. Disabilities is in there.
American Disability
As-
Association, maybe?
Association. I don't think it's association. I think it's
Associated
act.
Disability Act.
Act. Associated
Okay.
Disability Act. Yeah, that was it. Thank you.
We problem solved it. Yay.
Yay. So according to that specific bill, yeah,
Right.
federally speaking, you can't ask those questions.
I completely agree with it because one, nobody needs to know your personal business.
It also can trigger an episode, so why would you do it?
That's true.
Like it didn't
I
just
hadn't considered that, but yeah, that's true. That is a possibility.
yeah, so like you're triggering somebody that's already going through it and asking them the wrong questions when they can get overwhelmed and then you can accidentally traumatize them. Like can you imagine that? Uh-oh. No wonder
I
you totally
I
call a
yeah,
lawyer.
I would not want to if I had a customer service position, I would not want to risk it.
I wish there was more education on that though. Because like those two questions, I didn't even know the second question until I had to take a course to get her ready to be one.
There's a lot of things that I think need to be trained on by either employees or included in schools. Because one is common sense, is the common sense aspect of it. But the other one is like what you said, we don't know if asking a particular question a certain way could trigger somebody who has life-threatening medical condition or could be a life-threatening medical condition because if someone And the only reason I say this is because my sister Stephanie deals with certain types of seizures. If she's triggered into a seizure and there's not somebody to help her sit down or lay down, she could fall and get a concussion or snap her neck if she's on stairs or something like that. So yeah, I do believe we need to make sure that everyone has at least the bare minimum of how we can, one, just be kinder to the humans around us, whether they have conditions or not, and two, how we can, do things respectfully.
Yeah, you never know what's going on behind somebody's eyes. Especially if, like, there have been times where, so sometimes an episode can stop me from talking. And then I go into, not, I kind of go into this, what's it called? There's a word for it. Like autopilot, where I'm just
Okay.
not voicing anything. And then I can't do anything. And then I'm in the trigger. And then it sucks. And you're just like, so when a dog is able to help disrupt that,
It brings you back to a mind focus where you're able to then get out of that echo chamber.
exactly. But on top of that, imagine not having the dog there or not letting it do its task because you're asking the question that's causing the thing. And now that person is trapped.
Yeah.
And then they can't do anything. And all you're doing is yelling at it.
Which just makes it worse.
Yeah. So there's all those different types of situations. And if it was more educated, I feel like everyone would have their own service dog. Seriously, I think everyone, especially after the pandemic, would have their own service dog. And on that note,
Beyond that note, I think the companionship is just good too. So even if you don't need service dog, companionship is good.
I'm not saying that everyone completely needs it, but we all went through some type of complex PTSD
Yeah.
through the past at least 5 years.
Oh yeah. There's
5, 7.
so much shifted pre-pandemic, post-pandemic.
Oh yeah.
And there's, myself included, there's no way to go back to the way I was before that. So it's new learning, it's new adaptations, it's new skills and resolutions that go through. So I can understand why people are finding what works for them.
You don't think a dog toppling over you to wake you up doesn't help?
I am sure that it does, because when Midnight was here, it was an absolute delight.
I hope.
However, at this particular moment in time, my son's cat is here.
Yeah.
And I am not going to bring puppy energy into a house with a 2-year-old kitten because that's not what I want to deal with at this moment.
Oh
in
my gosh, I would
time.
put them in a little arena at home. Sorry, that's just
You've been to my house. None of the doors inside my house close properly. There's no way I could put them in an arena. They would destroy the whole house.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I would just wait until they finally
It's either going to be until Misty grows up, the cat grows up, or Austin moves out, or I leave Austin in the house and I move out. That's always an option.
There you go. I might need to put a kitten in Midnight's face.
I can see Midnight wanting to cuddle the kitten.
Yes, a baby kitten. Like it's so vulnerable that all she can do is lick it.
And I'm sure that she will also try and carry the kitten with the whole thing in her mouth.
Exactly. And I'm okay with that. As long as it starts there instead of it being a feisty cat. It just starts here. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
On that note, thank you, everyone, for being with us this week, and we'll see you next time. Bye. If this conversation stirred something in you, don't just sit with it. Work with it. You can go deeper with us through our sessions, workshops, and community experiences designed to support your growth in real time.
All the details are in the show notes, and if this episode resonated, share it with someone who's ready to meet themselves a little more honestly. Until next time, challenge what you believe.
Choose who you become.